Wacha saa tubonge juu ya ude mnaijua Aoko tumetry kuminvite for IKONINI, and I'm really hoping that one day we'll get a chance to talk with her. And it's going to be a very different conversation. Nishai predict that interview yetu either na Aoko ama na Miguna, one of them won't reach the end. And the reason why they won't reach the end is we have to challenge some of the things they say. Sindio? So Aoko ashasema some of the most ridiculous things. Yes?
Daring.
And so one of the things alisema hii mwaka ni Soipantuya yuko pregnant na mtoiwa the president. Sindio? How many months later Soipantuya does not look pregnant?
Yeah.
Sindio? African women tunajuaga when they are pregnant, their nose just goes on a rampage jo. Sijui kwa nini jo, mapua waga inaamua tu iko nene, inaendelea tu kupanuka jo ikienda. Most African women I think 9 out of 10 ama
mapua atakiwa.
Sindio?
Yeah, mapua atakiwa.
So you're number one. So Soipantuya saizi, if someone was to ask if she's pregnant or not, you'd say no. Another thing, sorry, Aoko alipatiana ni kuna time a house help wa Raila li dedi. Sindio? So according to yeye ilikuwa gati Raila used to screw that house help and halidedishwa na akina Aida. You see, it's
and then wakaframe wakaweka jiko.
Yeah, wakaweka jiko. Looked like a very bullshit story, yes? Sawa. And now majuzi akatupatia hii story jo, akatuambia Uhuru yuko Boston. Unakumbuka? Yuko on life support. Uhuru yuko karibu kudedi. Then what happens? Tunachekijo Uhuru akiwa Cote d'Ivoire. Just there ready to meet Drogba.
Full of life.
Yeah, full of life. And I'm there wondering like, why come up with these stories? That's one of the reasons that I have on IKONINI, like, why come up with these wild stories? And who believes these stories? Because I never believe these stories. Nikisikia sijui nani yuko pregnant at the president, I don't believe. Nisikia nani ali dedisha, I don't believe. Like, who gives you all this information? Acheki. According to yeye, the only thing keeping the president alive ni blood transfusion. Shaisikia gacha. Apparently the president amekuwa kibattle the HIV virus since when? So all these wild stories, how are we supposed to believe you the minute that tunaona Uhuru anatembea? Alafu apart from that, yes, it's freedom of expression. But to what level? At what level?
Kuna tutingine nilisoma niko like yenyewe. Because alisema alikuwa na claim one of the descendants wa Ruto akona boyfriend. One of the sons.
Oh yeah, nilicheki kitu kama hiyo.
Yuga anataja hata raya fulani sijui na inaishi Runda. Like hey.
Yes. So
okay.
So you know Nini, like at what point does it stop being freedom of expression? Because if you are coming up with bullshit, like the wildest bullshit from your head, then it's no longer freedom of expression. You see, there's one thing nesa kama hapa Ian niseme we ni mjinga. You see, that's me expressing myself. We uniambie mimi ni mjinga, that's you expressing yourself. That's within my freedom of expression. But when I start saying blah 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 has made someone pregnant, like unakumbuka one of the first things alisemaga ile, I think we talked about it on the podcast, when she said that Boni had impregnated Hanifa.
Had nani impregnated
Hanifa
by someone maybe.
Ilikuwa Boni ndio. Hanifa iko na Boni. Kitu moja lazima ujue jo, ikikam to Islamic communities, that if that was true, that's enough for Hanifa to be hurt by her family. Unajua hivyo? That's how bad that is. Why come up with that? Like so history ya Uhuru, kuna mechiki msea amebonga hapa juu ya Uhuru yuko bald head, yes? I don't know. Yes, anaweza kuwa bald head because he's Nini, but does this look like someone who was on life support in Boston? Hii raina kwa limetoka Boston majuzi. The only marathon hii raina. Like,
yeah, like according to the stories, he's dying. See at live use. The fact that he was mpaka Kenyans were calling for proof of life.
Yeah.
The same way they're calling for proof of life ya Dinyoro. So they're like, umsi ako wapi? So and of course kumuona na si ati ameenda nini? Si ati ako on vacation. Si ni job.
Yes.
Yeah,
ni job.
Yuko
nini?
But I don't know what happened. Nilicheki nini? kuna kitu yu sema, I don't know if it's to gain followers because she says it. At some point she doesn't say it directly, but after some posts like they thought they could hash me. But now, okay, her calling the government here, I'm with, you know, kuna zile vitu wanasema like this regime, whatever.
Yes.
But can you see, now I'm on the road to 300k. Now I'm on the road to 200. I'm going to get my blue badge. I'm going to get that. So at some point, niko sure most of these things are driven by attention.
Yeah.
Na yeah, sometimes, and she knows cause kitu yote and aanze kukua nini, aanze kukua vocal on Twitter. Ni ile time Twitter ili announce kutakuwa na nini za interactions. Nakumbuka akina nani,
I think when she started out she started out with she was part of the red pill movement, yes?
Yeah.
So alikuwa very
anti-women.
Alikuwa na side mostly na men. And she dismissed women. Alikuwa nasema saizi alikuwa nasema vile saizi madam that's juka wet spot. Alikuwa na disrespect that thing, and that thing should never be disrespected according to me. Najua. But okay, then she went political. So when she went political, of course aka side na Kenya Kwanza. Then akasema Kenya Kwanza wali mess up, blah blah blah. All this sijakata. Say all the negative stuff you want to say. But kuna vitu zingine, anything that can be tested out usiseme. It's one thing for wewe kusema someone is a HIV positive. We can never know that because hatuona blood yao. But if you tell me someone is in ICU and I see them walking, if you tell me someone is pregnant and their stomach never starts growing, at some point lazima ujue credibility yako inaisha. And as your credibility decreases, we also have to ask the people who follow you and retweet these things, what do they gain from that? Because ni kama kuna majuzi, kuna dem fulani pia amepost kwa internet akasema vile during the Gen Z protest the military was not with the president, they told the president this. I can't confirm that. To me this is nonsense. Military inakuwaga disciplined forces, yes? So as disciplined forces they follow instructions. Would they have refused to shoot citizens in the streets? Yes, that makes sense. But we kusema the military hawako na president, it's the same nonsense wase wa COD na wase wa NASA walikuwa naambiwa back in the days. Unajua nini? Hami imesema nataka ni Raila. Hakuna kitu kama hiyo. It's nonsense. And the more that muna encourage the nonsense, at some point lazima mkuwe like, you need to seek medical help.
So,
you need to tell us what's the end game. What's the end game with these lies? Yes.
All these accusations, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
know. What's the end game?
For me, I think Nizo, because she says it.
Hii end game yati Twitter.
She's getting more and more following.
But Twitter.
I don't know how, because tulikuwa na msee hapa na akasema she's a brilliant person.
Yeah. You can see from the whatever. Alafu najua pia natoka place yetu tu. So
kuna watu tukana mpaka. But tunacheki matusi, they are well constructed, you guy. Sasa kuna mtu ya politician alisema like unaona vile kituibia pesa. How the kids end up looking so bad.
Yeah.
That one has a mouth facing Kapanau.
Oh, okay. Yeah, najua nabonga jenani.
Like the last time I heard Kapanau, you know, like they didn't put it in that. I don't know, but I don't know why she's where she goes on with this stuff.
Yeah.
Alianza kupedal. Alianza kupedal after kuwe arrested. Yeah. So after that she went, I don't know, but maybe if she does interviews or anything, kuna time yu amka, kuna time yu semana battles sijui ulcers, she cannot drink anymore.
Yeah. Kuzamili sasa unajua ukisema hivyo it reaches a level where kuna mseme bonga vile alisema that she is nini, she had a miscarriage. It reaches a level where I can't even trust that. Unajua if you tell kama ile ushasikia the story of the boy who cried wolf, this is the same scenario of the girl who cried wolf. Like if you say something for so long and you give a lot of disinformation at some point I cannot understand when you're lying and when you're telling the truth, and who gives you this information, and why do you trust this information? Nachiki. Like if you're to tell me a CS is pregnant, I need to start seeing hiyo tumbo inafaa kuanza kufura. Uliniambia hivyo in June, I think, sindio? Si June ndio tulikuwa mpaka na cabinet reshuffle. It's how many months later jo? 4 months later. Huo mother nilikuwa namwangalia, sioni kaa tumbo imeanza kufura. Machiki. Alafu kaniambia Uhuru mpaka for some time nikaanza. Oje Uhuru, I think the reason why hii story ya Uhuru imenini because I started to believe the nonsense. I was like, shit, yeah, what the fuck is Uhuru? I can't see this dude. He must be in Boston. Then nikasikia mtu akicheka hakuna Uhuru iko Boston. Uhuru jo iko Ichaweri or the other fuck you people say.
No, alikuwa amesema
relocate. Paka kuna raya zimemchukua akiwa Thika Road akijidrive. Nacheki. So there are all these things and I'm there thinking like, and then if you're spreading this amount of disinformation, at what point should it be like what's the end game? Alafu Wakenya wanapenda fake news. That's all naga. Ushanotisigi hapa tukibonga juu a lot of stuff on ikonini. The first thing mukulizanga, is it fake news? Let's start from that. Tunaanzaga from the level it's fake, and then tunaenda now looking at it if it's not fake ama nini. Na ile time tunadiscussigi fake news tunasemaga by the way ni fake news, but what if this was to happen, and then we make jokes around it. But yeah, so Uhuru nilimwona akiwa maside za Cote d'Ivoire. And he's okay. So I don't know, I really hope that at some point this girl just decides acha nini.